Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this January 28th. I'm Grant Olson and it's great to be back. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is seeking help locating 33-year-old David Gimlett, a Leavenworth man who's been missing since last week. A DUI wreck outside of Omak injured 3 people on Tuesday night. Wet weather in the forecast tonight through Friday with a big warm-up set for this weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. An employee on a contractor crew hired by the Chelan County PUD has died along Lake Chelan after a utility pole collapsed underneath him. County Coroner Earl Crow identified the deceased person as 24-year-old Ivan Garcia, a Yakima man who was working at the top of an electrical pole in the 16,000 block of South Lakeshore Road. Crow says the power pole snapped just after 11 a.m. and Garcia fell about 23 feet. Chelan Fire and Rescue transported Garcia to the emergency room at Lake Chelan Health, where he was pronounced dead. PUD spokesperson Rachel Hansen said the utility is cooperating with local and state agencies to investigate the accident. Hansen said, quote, "We know that many people are going to be deeply affected by this loss, and we're providing 24-hour crisis counseling for our employees." The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is seeking help locating 33-year-old David Gimlett, a Leavenworth man who's been missing since last week. Gimlett was last seen in the Valley High area near milepost 178 on Highway 97 on January 23rd. The Sheriff's Office said he was on foot and wearing black overalls, a dark blue tie-dye jacket, and work boots. According to a GoFundMe, Gimlett recently lost his home during the flooding caused by the atmospheric river event that hit western and central Washington. If you have any information on his whereabouts, email Sergeant Jason Reinfeld at jason.reinfeld@co.chelan.wa.us. 2 candidates for the open seat on the Eastmont School Board will be interviewed for the position next month. The board is down 1 member following the resignation of Jason Hines, who is facing multiple charges following an assault and stalking investigation by the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Applications were due on Monday, and during a school board meeting that night, Superintendent Spencer Taylor said 4 candidates were scheduled to move forward with interviews. 2 candidates have since withdrawn their applications, leaving Kirsten Larson and Holly Nevin as the remaining interviewees. Larson ran against Hines in November, earning about 45% of the vote compared to Hines's 53%. The interviews will be conducted by the board during their next meeting on February 9th at Grant Elementary School. Chelan County has had an agreement since roughly 2013 with the Washington Department of Transportation, allowing the county-owned Chumstick Highway to act as a bypass when Highway 2 is closed west of Leavenworth. That's been in effect since December's violent rainstorms, which washed out a huge section of Highway 2 in Tumwater Canyon. In a briefing Tuesday, the Chelan County Commissioners and U.S. Representative Kim Schreier, County Public Works Director Eric Pearson, they all said Chumstick is suffering both from increased travel and the ongoing effects of the winter storms. The road features a major hairpin turn near Plain, which has begun to experience sliding. Any solution could come with a $27 million price tag, with the state and federal dollars in the mix.
If Chumstick's going to be a detour for cross-state travel, that it's not necessarily resilient enough during these sort of events to serve that purpose. What we have is a project that basically runs through, redoes the pavement, fixes some slopes all the way up to a hairpin corner that actually restricts traffic as far as cross-state traffic with trucks. And then also a project to fix that hairpin corner. So I guess the total amount that we're talking about is about $17 million for the fixing of the road itself, and about 10 for that hairpin.
When we come back, Confluence Health cut the ribbon Tuesday on its new pre-anesthesia testing clinic. And the Grant County Health District says a domestic cat and a backyard poultry flock from 2 different households have tested positive for bird flu in the last month. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
A DUI wreck outside of Omak injured 3 people on Tuesday night. The Washington State Patrol says the driver of a 2016 Ram 2500 pickup was headed northwest near the Okanagan County Fairgrounds about 10:30 p.m. when the truck went off the left side of the Fairgrounds access road and rolled down the embankment. The vehicle landed on its wheels, but 34-year-old driver Jeremy D. Cantrell of Riverside had to be transported to Mid-Valley Hospital for his injuries alongside his 2 passengers, both Omak residents. Cantrell is suspected of driving under the influence. The State Patrol says the precise cause of the crash is still under investigation. Confluence Health cut the ribbon Tuesday on its new pre-anesthesia testing clinic, a new stop on patients' route to surgery at the Central Hospital campus. The PAT clinic is designed to review a patient's total medical condition and prior history ahead of any surgical procedure. Common tests include complete blood counts, urinalysis, x-rays, and electric cardiograms. Working with PAT clinics is shown to decrease the risk for infection, decrease the amount of time spent in the hospital, reduce recovery time, and decrease pain after surgery. The clinic's first patient is expected to be treated starting February 9th. The Grant County Health District says a domestic cat and a backyard poultry flock from 2 different households have tested positive for bird flu in the last month. Bird flu is a disease caused by the influenza viruses that occur among wild aquatic birds and is spread through saliva, mucus, and feces. It can infect other species that eat infected carcasses. The health district says the domestic cat was an outdoor pet and likely had contact with an infected wild bird. The other positive was from a privately owned flock of chickens and ducks. Last year, a large commercial poultry factory in Moses Lake experienced a bird flu outbreak. The health district says infection can be prevented by limiting your pet's unsupervised time outside, keeping bird coops secure, and disinfecting equipment often. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will share a video provided by the Cascadia Conservation District regarding their work with landowners to improve Chumstick Creek's riparian areas. Expect wet and mild weather the next couple of days with a big warming trend by this weekend. I'll have your local weather details along with Eric Granstrom with a look at all things sports as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
The winter prep sports season is here, and NCWLIFE channel has you covered. Follow the Eastmont Wildcats and Wenatchee Panthers right here. Coverage brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Follow the action all winter long on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
We've reported in the past on Cascadia Conservation District and their effort to restore troubled stream beds throughout Chelan County. In tonight's features story, the agency recently created an educational video about their work with landowners to improve Chumstick Creek's riparian areas. That's the buffer zones between water bodies and dry land.
Across Chelan County, local landowners are working with funding and field crews from Cascadia Conservation District to improve our waters, one stretch of stream at a time. Focusing on streamside areas, called riparian zones, they use natural materials to install wood structures and plant native species to improve water quality, manage erosion and flood damage, and restore habitat that fish and wildlife need to thrive.
So currently, Cascadia can provide funding and labor for projects to improve riparian habitat. That includes planting native species and diversifying the vegetation that's on a creek or along a creek. And then we'll also are able to put in structures like BDAs and wood additions.
Cascadia Conservation District is a hub of non-regulatory natural resource support for the people of Chelan County, including people like Cordy Bradburn and her husband, who have been partnering with the Conservation District for 6 years to improve riparian areas on their property.
I remember that we asked for their help because we had an incident here where some neighbors dumped a bunch of tires into the creek, up creek from us. It was a lot, like between 50 and 100 tires, and it was more than we could do to get them out. And so Cascadia came and they brought some other entities and cleaned the creek out and got all that stuff out. Then we started a conversation with them about our land because our horses were a little bit close to the creek, for they wanted to move them back so that they weren't polluting the creek. And we had a round pen where we worked our horses, and they offered to help us replace the round pen, move it to another location if we would move our fencing back. And so that was our first encounter with them. They also offered to do some planting. So we brought in some new plants, some things with more color, things that would feed the birds, things with berries, and things that would enhance the creek. Then later in the last, what's it been, about 3 years maybe, they've been working on doing some like mock beaver dams where they use natural things to stop the creek and let it rest in a pool for a while and then continue on. So we've created a series of like little ponds, and instead of it just being a lot of brush and congestion, you know. So that's really improved the creek as well.
Little Chumstick has a lot of things going on. Some of them are, it's really hot, so it's too high in temperature. There's E. coli in the creek, high levels of nitrogen, high levels of phosphorus. So really just trying to establish that riparian buffer for the health of the creek. So we try to connect projects as much as possible because you can just make a bigger difference. On Chumstick, the parcels are pretty small and segmented, where a lot of landowners own 300 linear feet, 500 linear feet, 200 linear feet. So it's a pretty small footprint, and we're happy to do anything in a small area, but it just works better if you can connect them. And then we're non-regulatory. So I think that's also a really great connection with landowners, where no one has to worry that we're gonna report them. We really just want to work with people to once again preserve that soil and water, which are so precious. Once they aren't here anymore, they're not here.
I'm really excited about them bringing in more plantings and changing the creek so that it doesn't just flow fast, dry up fast, and be gone. I mean, it is the water source for this area.
Having a good relationship with our landowners is absolutely critical. None of the work that we do could get done without their support. We try really hard to develop that relationship to where it's really open and transparent, because we want to recognize that we are working on their land. This is private land, and we view that as a privilege. We're doing it, for their benefit and then the greater community's benefit.
Our experience has been great with everybody we've worked with. They've always asked permission, let us know when they're coming on our land. When they're doing the planting, they show us the list of what the plants are, let us have a choice in what's going to be put in. Yeah, there's always a lot of communication about what's being done, and at any time we have input.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. I hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. Great to be back after about 6 days back in Montana. And you know what? We don't have any snow here. And I'm telling you, western Montana going through there, not much snow there either. But one place that we're seeing a little bit of snow right now, and that's up in Lake Wenatchee as we take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon. And that will be our trend as we make our way through the evening and into tomorrow. A rain-snow mix, and then turning all to rain as we get into Thursday. In fact, Stevens Pass, couple inches, maybe even 4 inches overnight and into Thursday. Not too bad for Blewett, about an inch or snow, but just enough with some freezing rain to really make conditions slick out there. Be extra careful over these next 48 hours, and then get ready for a big warm-up that we'll talk about a little bit later on. But high temperature today, it wasn't bad out there, 37 degrees, and that's about where we should be for this time of year. 36 is our normal high. Our record high, 57 degrees, and it's been around a while, since 1984. Low temperature this morning, also pretty much in line with where we should be, 27 degrees this morning. Our record low, 8 degrees, and that's been around, -8 I should say, been around since 1972. Sunrise 7:31, and the sunset now is at 4:57. Taking a look at what we can expect getting you into Thursday, temperatures will just be slightly warmer tonight. A few pockets of, one pocket of 40-degree temperatures, Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, and Wenatchee. 39 in Ellensburg, Cashmere, Entiat, Chelan, and up into Omak. And then just slightly cooler in our higher elevations around Leavenworth, Lake Wenatchee too, at about 37 degrees tomorrow. Tonight we do expect cloudy skies. There's that anchoring high that's been in place, but we have such a strong southwesterly flow. It's going to bring a pretty good cloud deck our way, and a good chance for showers as we make our way into tonight. A rain-snow mix, 80% chance of it, and this is what we're going to wake up to on Thursday. I think we will see mainly rain for Thursday, not ruling out some flakes. By afternoon, most of the showers should be in western Washington. We will just see cloudy skies on Thursday with high temperatures around 40 degrees. For your Friday, as the storm moves away, you can see the trough of low pressure right here, and that's dragging that moisture through our state with it. The light green is actually some heavy rain that could fall along the Cascades on Friday. High temperatures slowly warming up. We'll see low 40s for Friday. Saturday, cloudy skies. Once again, high pressure all over our western U.S. map, and that'll keep us pretty stable. Mild on Saturday. High temperatures in those low 40s. And then the real warm up begins by the end of the weekend. Cloudy skies out there. That trough will still be in northwest Montana, and we could see just a slight chance for showers on Sunday. But But look at that. We're going to warm up into the mid-40s by Sunday afternoon. And boy, wait till we get into early next week. Monday, mostly cloudy skies. A big storm is trying to push on shore, but this area of high pressure is keeping it away and warming us up into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees on Monday. And as we get into the end of the forecast on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies. It looks nice all over the western U.S. on Tuesday. Still mild out there, with afternoon high temperatures in those mid-40s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 33 degrees overnight. It looks like a wet one for Thursday, especially tomorrow morning. An 80% chance of rain and 40 degrees for our high. Rain showers, about a 50-50 chance for it on Friday, and 42. We'll stay about 42 degrees with cloudy skies on Saturday, and then look at that weather. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, partly to mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, Eric Granstrom with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's time for BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 16, with your host, Mike Mitchell.
Well, a good Wednesday to you. It was a good night last night for the Seattle Kraken. Picked up their 8th win in January with a 5-1 decision over visiting Washington after a scoreless first period. Jared McCann started the scoring in the second with the first of what many thought was a hat trick for the night. John Forsland had the call on Kong TV.
McCann fakes the one-timer. Beautiful pass just by Stevenson. A reset for the Kraken. 20 seconds left in the power play. No shots thus far. McCann with a shot. There's one. Jared McCann with a wicked wedge. Jordan Eberle. Eberle does a great job. Low to high. Lindgren with a shot blocked in front. Van Riemsdyk. Beniers, they score! It's McCann! 3 times is a charm in that sequence. Jared McCann has 2 tonight, and the Kraken are up by a deuce. Larson up the ice for Eberle. McCann on the verge of a hat trick, but Eberle cashes in. Hey, hey, what do you say? McCann with a bullet off the pipe, and the captain in the right place at the right time. McMichael moves in, powers to the house, shut down by Grubauer. He's down and out, and he makes a goal line stand of his own. It's a breakaway for a hat trick. Jared McCann gets it! His second career heady. Jared McCann makes it 4-0. Seattle.
Great shot there from Jared McCann, getting the 3rd goal of the night, and watch that celebration. Throw the hats.
After video review, the call is confirmed. Seattle has a 4-minute minor for high sticking. There's no goal on the play.
3:06 left on the double minor. Chikrin lays it along. Strome now. Jacob Chikrin, cross ice. Right out in front, Alex Ovechkin. Goal number 919, set up by Ryan Leonard. Carries the puck through center. Gains the zone wide. A shot kicked out by Grubauer. Seattle back out. You're looking at Freddie Gaudreau. A handoff for Evans. He's in, out in front. They score! It's an own goal off Tom Wilson. Riker Evans will have goals in back-to-back games. Through the center ice zone, Beniers had it. He lost it. So did Dowd. McCann moving up. Great pass. Beniers is in. He scores! That's hockey, baby! A give and go to perfection. McCann to Beniers. It's 5-3. We've won Seattle. The Kraken win, the Seahawks off to the Super Bowl, and another win here tonight as they count it out. That's Kraken hockey, baby. They surround Philip Grubauer. A 4-point game for Jared McCann.
Seattle concludes the 5-game homestand tomorrow night against Toronto. That'll be at 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus and Hulu TV. Well, as the Seahawks prepare for the Super Bowl in a couple of Sundays, they're talking and taking stock of all involved in the journey to get to this place. A particular unsung hero is wide receiver Jake Bobo. While a fan favorite, Bobo was left off the game roster for 6 games this season. Coach Mike McDonald says he and his teammates hold Bobo in high regard and was happy to see his 4th catch of the year, a touchdown last Sunday.
I think you're just really happy for him. I'm not surprised. That's Jake Bobo. You know, that's the guy that we know, we love. To your point, I mean, you know, I think a couple weeks ago he was a captain, and shows you like the respect that he carries throughout the team and how much we appreciate him and how much we respect him. So for him to make a play in that setting, yeah, I mean, I think you're just fired up for the guy. You know, you're just really happy for him.
Meanwhile, veteran receiver Cooper Kupp will be playing in his 2nd Super Bowl. He says Ernest Jones IV, who was a teammate of Kupp back with the Rams, reminded him of a text sent last March when Cooper was considering becoming a member of the Seahawks. We are 11 days from Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara between the Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Well, the 16 days away from now, pitchers and catchers will report for Mariners spring training, but talk of a broadcasting change has taken center stage. Longtime voice of the Mariners, Rick Riz, announced that this will be his final season in the broadcast booth. Riz has been at it for 41 years, most of which spent side by side with fellow Mariner legend Dave Niehaus. Riz spent a few moments today talking to the press about his retirement. We'll have more from Rick Riz coming up tomorrow right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Of course, you can hear Rick Riz on the Seattle Mariners radio network this season, beginning with the first preseason game in Peoria, February 20th. Men's and women's college basketball back at it tonight. The Wenatchee Valley men play at Big Bend at 5. That game's underway. Washington State hosts Seattle U tonight at 6:30. That'll be on ESPN Plus. Women's basketball, number 25 Washington plays at number 16 Maryland. That game underway on the Big Ten Plus. Washington State plays at Santa Clara tonight at 6 on ESPN Plus. Gonzaga's on the road at San Francisco at 6, and Big Bend is hosting Wenatchee Valley at 7 o'clock. The Wenatchee Wild will try to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight in the Town Toyota Center. The Brandon Wheat Kings are in the middle of a long 7-game road trip tonight in Wenatchee. They'll drop the puck at 6 o'clock. You can hear the game broadcast with Austin Drowdy on 560 KPQ. You can also get tickets by going to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Cashmere Bulldogs were able to upend the Royal Knights in SCAC wrestling last night at Rondone Memorial Gym. Cashmere overcame a few forfeits with 3 pins to beat the Knights 42-33. Cashmere finished the dual season at 7-1 in the SCAC. Undefeated Wapato wrestles 1-loss Zilla tomorrow to determine the regular season champion. Could be a 3-way tie. NCWLIFE channel will bring you Big 9 Wrestling tomorrow as the Wenatchee Panthers host the Eastmont Wildcats. I'll be Matt Side with your play-by-play as the girls start at 6. Boys follow at 7. The match will be streamed only on our Facebook page. The Cashmere, Chelan, and Cascade girls were all victorious in prep basketball last night. Bulldogs hung on to beat Natchez Valley on the road 25-23. Chelan edged Okanagan 44-37, while the Kodiaks beat up Bridgeport 55-7. Other action: Othello down to Freda. Ellensburg crushed Quincy. Lake Roosevelt rolled Omak. Brewster topped Tonasket. Liberty Bell beat Manson. Republic down Oroville. Moses Lake Christian edged Entiat 47-34. On the boys' side last night, Othello edged Ephrata 71-68. Quincy topped Ellensburg 68-63. Cashmere down Natchez Valley 44-37. Okanagan overcame Chelan. Bridgeport beat Cascade. Lake Roosevelt down Omak. Brewster beat Tonasket. Liberty Bell topped Manson. Thorpe stopped Soap Lake. Moses Lake Christian crushed Entiat. Republic dumped Oroville 52-48. Reminder, we'll be out at Eastmont High School on Friday for a Big 9 basketball doubleheader. Grant Olson will be courtside with a call as the Wildcats host the Davis Pirates. Girls game will be streamed only at 5:30. The boys on TV and the stream starting at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for this Tuesday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. If you're watching us on cable, you should know our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great night.